Honeybees. Today is going to be another holiday review, and it is on the Grand Hotel Cafe set from Too Faced. And today I'm only going to be doing the review. On my other Too Faced holiday set review, I did a tutorial as well, but I'm going to go ahead and separate that this time. So if you would like to see this look, please let me know and I will. So first off, like every review I do, we're going to speak about the packaging. Oh my goodness. I can't even with how adorable and sweet this packaging is. Don't you guys love it? So last year they did have a similar style. This was Le Grand Chateau from last year, and now this is this year's. So last year was all Paris themed. This year it's all New York themed. And like I said, it's called the Grand Hotel Cafe. Has a cute little wreath here and a tree in the background with gold details. And then you pop off this little lid. I did already take the palettes out of here, but the palettes also fit inside. There are 3 separate palettes. And as you can see, there's a cute little bakery scene inside. And then on the bottom here, you get a deluxe size of the Better Than Sex mascara. And then it comes with 3 different palettes. Each one is scented. There is the eggnog latte, gingerbread cookie, and peppermint mocha. Each one has super adorable packaging on the front. I love the pastel mint and pink that just screams my name. I love the designs on this. And then on the back of each palette, you also have a to and a from, so you could individually give these as gifts, like stocking stuffers, or as little mini gifts to friends and family. So really cute idea. Obviously, I'm keeping it for myself because I swatched these for you, and I'm going to speak to every single one of these. So obviously, Too Faced knocked it out of the park again with packaging. That definitely gets an A+. Now let's go ahead and do some swatches and speak to the quality of the eyeshadows as well as the blushes. So each little palette you're going to receive either a blush or a bronzer on the bottom, and then 6 unique shades. And each palette kind of coordinates together. As you can see with this peppermint mocha one, you get a hot bubblegum pink, and then you get some lighter shades for transition and highlight, some nice lid shades, some darker shades for the crease, a variety of colors. Each palette does not have the same amount of mattes and shimmers. Each palette's kind of different, so I'm going to speak to each one individually. So this first one is the peppermint mocha. When it comes to the different scents, you can smell them, but you really have to get your nose deep in there and really breathe in to smell it. And if you get really close to the shadows and breathe in, you do smell that peppermint mocha latte kind of scent. So I do feel like this one does have a genuine peppermint mocha scent. The shades in this palette I was not as impressed with. The other 2 I definitely reach for more. So the blush is very bright and pink, and even though it's very pretty, it's not one that I would reach for. However, the pigmentation is there. It's very sweet, bright pink color. It is matte. And then you have peppermint cream, which is a matte white. Christmas blend, which is definitely more of a chunky, I don't know if this would be considered a satin. I guess it would, because it's not super chunky like a metallic is, but it does have a lot of fallout. A lot. Peppermint mocha, which is this one right here. Really pretty, like chocolatey brown, but with a little bit more of a reddish undertone. Then you have candy cane, which is a light kind of pastel pink. Really fun shade, but does not apply very well. Sprinkles, which is definitely more of a metallic sparkle color. It's like a purpley pink. And then coffee chip, which does have a little bit of a satin kind of sparkle to it as well. This darker brown here. So this palette, the shadows performed okay. The blush definitely has some good pigment. It performs well. It blends easily. The shades that I definitely like the most in this little palette are peppermint mocha. And I actually used that one like all over the lid and the crease one day, and it was really pretty. And sprinkles, even though it is kind of disappointing to me, it's not like as pigmented on its own. If you wet your brush or you use a glitter glue, like the Shadow Insurance glitter glue, it does work really, really well on the lid. So a lot of these shadows that I'm going to show you today these sparkly shades have a lot of fallout and they need some assistance. You either need to use your finger to apply it, you need to use a wet brush, or you need to use a tacky base. And then you will have an absolutely beautiful holiday look. So you do have to work with it a little bit more to get your perfect look. It's not, I wouldn't say these are easy palettes, just for that reason that there is quite a bit of fallout and you need to know what to use to make it work. I know that I will still use these shadows. I do really like their wearability, like how long they wear throughout the day. They blend pretty well. I just always have to do my eye look before my face. If not, I will have it all over my face and ruin my face makeup. So you just have to know how to work with it, and I still think it's worth it if you know how to work. The next one is Eggnog Latte. I love the packaging of this one. And this is actually probably my most reached for. You know what? That's not true. This one and the gingerbread one I kind of use together to get the look that I have today. So this one has a beautiful peachy blush, and I have that on today, and I absolutely love it. It is a bit brighter than I usually go with my peachy blushes, especially in fall, winter, but it's very pigmented. A little goes a long way, blends really nicely. It's definitely matte, doesn't have any sheen to it, and it's really, really pretty. Then the top row, we have Frosty Nog, which is a matte white. Then we have Eggnog Latte, which is more of a metallic shade, and you do need to wet your brush or have a sticky base for that. It's a really pretty light golden champagne color. Then we have Iced Coffee, which is more of a satin brown, and it's kind of a caramely shade, and I did use that in my crease today after putting a transition color down, and it worked really well even though it's not completely matte. Then I have Skinny Latte right here. That is a matte. I use that a lot for my transition color, or if I'm just doing a very plain basic look, I'll use that as my crease color. It was one that I had to kind of build up. It wasn't like straight, whoa, baby pigment, like right when I put it on my lids, but I actually like that for a transition color, so that doesn't bother me, but I definitely want to mention that to you. Then there's Cold Brew. This is definitely a metallic glittery shade. It reminds me a lot of the Moonshadow from Urban Decay and Diamond Dog. However, the base color, like that brown base that the Diamond Dog has, is not as strong in this one, but it's so beautiful with a wet brush or sticky base. I absolutely love that color. And then Central Perk is that really beautiful green. It is also like a sheen satin color. And it's not as pigmented as I thought it would be, but built up, it's a beautiful shade of green, and I did appreciate it. By the way, the name of the blush in this is Peach Cobbler, and as for the scent, it smells slightly of eggnog. It smells more vanilla to me than eggnog, but I can definitely smell that. Okay, so the last little palette is called Gingerbread Cookie. That's so cute. And I really enjoyed this one probably the most. It's not a blush, I believe this is a bronzer. It's called Gingerbread. I'd use that as my contour today. In this one you have 3 mattes. The first one is called Ginger Cream. It is a more creamy neutral matte, and that's a great one for all over the lid or just to leave a base down on the eyes. Really nice. However, the mattes in these palettes are creamy and very soft. To the touch, you can feel how soft they are, and they blend pretty well, but there is a bit of fallout. Even on the mattes, there's a lot of fallout when it comes to the shimmers, but the mattes, I do feel like I have to tap off my brush a little bit, or it's too much, like it just gets everywhere. Kind of like the Lorac shadows, how they pick up a lot of product. That's kind of how the mattes perform in this, in my opinion. So the next shade in the top middle, we have Maple Syrup, which is a matte shade. It's a dark cocoa brown, really pretty to darken up the crease or in the outer V. And then we have Ginger Snap. Oh my goodness, this gold, you guys, is so beautiful. That's what I have on my lids today. Again, I used a sticky base, or I'll wet my brush to apply it because it's very flaky, metallic, gets everywhere, but it's still really, really beautiful, and that's probably my favorite shade out of all of them. Then we have Winter Dream, this really sparkly, metallic, pinky purple shade. That one is the same kind of formula as this gold one. It's extremely metallic. It's not as pigmented unless you wet it or apply it with your finger or with a sticky base, but it's also really fun, and I think that'd be a great one for a Christmas party. Then in the middle bottom, we have Cup of Joe. It does have a slight sparkle to it, but it is another like chocolatey brown, a little deeper. And then Black Coffee, which is a matte black. Not really impressed with the performance, like pigmentation of Black Coffee, but it's nice to have a black matte in a palette. So my overall thoughts on this palette is that it's absolutely adorable. They definitely knocked it out of the park with the packaging. I do like the scented kind of products that Too Faced comes out with. I don't think that these smell as strongly as past palettes of Too Faced, but that might be a positive to some that don't want the scent to overpower them, and I think it's a fun little touch. There are definitely shadows in here that I think perform better than others. I do think that these shimmery shades, the metallic shades, are fun and they look really great for a holiday look, but as long as you're aware that you need to use, I don't know how many times I've said this in this review, a sticky base, a wet brush, or with some of them you could just pat it on with your finger and it becomes more pigmented. If you are against doing that, if you just want to pull out a palette, be able to have like band pigment in your face, no fallout, then this is not going to be for you. But if you really like the novelty of these little palettes, you're a makeup collector, you want to try out some of these fun like metallic shades and you're okay with having to put a sticky base down, then you'll really enjoy this. So I definitely think these palettes will be worth it for some and not worth it at all for others, because it's not a cheap, you know, price point. I'll list the price right here because I totally forgot to look that up before starting. But for me, I love the novelty of like the packaging, some of the shimmery shades I know I will definitely use this holiday season. I love the blushes. Well, minus the pink, just because I know I won't wear that. But I am going to keep this and use it and love it. Is it something that I'll always reach for and will be holy grail? Definitely not. I definitely have other palettes in my collection that perform easier. I can just pick it up. I know how it's going to perform and it will be magical. So I hope this was helpful. I hope the swatches were helpful. I hope my description was helpful in you making your decision on if you want to get this or not. So I know the Friends and Family sale is coming up with Sephora, and the VIB sale comes in early November. Friends and Family later October. So maybe if you're not so sure, wait to get 20% off on it and it might make you feel a little better about purchasing it. Or if you just want a really, really cute gift, I think these are great as stocking stuffers and little gifts for like maybe someone who doesn't have a lot of makeup and they want to try out some fun new shadows, then this would be a really cute gift. So I really hope that this review was helpful for you guys. I do want to mention one more thing that is a part of Too Faced holiday collection. It is limited edition, and this is called the Melted Matte Longwear Lipstick in Candy Cane. It is limited edition. Oh my gosh, guys, wait for it. By the way, I'm wearing it right now. Look how cute that is. The little peppermint like wrapping on the top. So cute. I love this color. It's a pinky red. It's beautiful for the holidays. It's very long wearing. It's a little drying, as are most liquid lipsticks, but I do feel that it lasts on me and I really appreciate that, especially with a deeper color like this. It's such a pretty pinky red holiday color. Goes really well with some fun holiday looks like this, and I've really, really been loving it. So I think I really also appreciate how good it smells. This smells like straight up, it smells like white chocolate peppermint mocha to me from Starbucks. And it tastes good too. Like, it doesn't really taste peppermint mocha, it tastes like sweet, like, yeah, just like, it's kind of pepperminty, but it's just sweet. So you're kissable too. That's always nice for the holidays because you never know when you're gonna get caught under the mistletoe. So I definitely really love this. I think this is actually my favorite thing Too Faced has come out with this holiday season. So I will make sure to link both of these down below for you guys. I hope these reviews were helpful. Please tell me down below what you think of it and if you're gonna end up purchasing it, and I will see you again real soon. Bye.